Welcome back to another episode of TMI, and I am joined by a very special guest where we will be talking all things wealth, mental health, wellness, and we have a man with me here today. Introduce yourself. It's the first time we have a man on the couch, so I'm very excited.
Okay. Hi everybody, my name is David. I am an attorney, and my handle is David J. Bows.
Okay. We will tag him below for sure, so you can definitely go and look at David. Because David, as you know, David beside me, the David artist.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
So David, you said you are a lawyer. Yeah. Why you said that so like?
Because it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of work. I was just recently called to the bar, so I'm 6 months at the bar. Yeah, something like that, and it's stressful, but I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
So you have to, drink up your ginger tea and your turmeric and all of that and relax your body, don't
Right. What's the gas, right?
What's the gas? Because you can't stress out. So which tea are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking the ginger tea.
Ginger tea, yeah. I'm drinking, I'm a ginger and turmeric girl, but today I am a ginger girl, right? So, tell me, what does mental health mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Mental health, first of all, I don't think there's any one definition that fits or fully describes what it means. I think it requires a very subjective definition. And for me, I think mental health is just taking care of myself, listening to that inner voice and paying attention to it, feeding into it, nurturing it, growing it, sometimes scolding it, because sometimes you're wrong, sometimes your inner voice is wrong. So yeah, I think that's what it means to me.
I think that's a really good answer. And for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, a big part of mental health is physical wellness as well. I like to look good, right? If I look good, I feel good. So what are some of your your practices that you do to just feel good, like your skincare? Do you have, because men don't usually have a skincare routine or anything like that. Do you have a skincare routine or anything like that?
I wouldn't say a routine, but yes, there are things that I generally do every day to kind of get my skin looking better. I usually use CeraVe, the cleanser. I think it's the acne cleanser. And I usually use their sunscreen with moisturizer. And recently, my friend hooked me up on some Retin-A. And some serums. So I've just been using those. I don't think you're seeing the changes yet from the serums, but yes, I generally use sunscreen every day for sure.
That's interesting, right? Because for me, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, and I have serums, and it's so funny how them say man just wash them face and use a towel and they're all right. Your skin looks great. I wouldn't even know that you have you don't do anything.
Thank you.
So in terms of anything else, are you a barber every week?
Oh yes.
That's a must.
My ear have to fade. I'm sorry, I'm not going nowhere doing that. Me no wear. My ear have to cut it off to fade. If it no fade, I'm not going nowhere. Or me I wear one hat. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, you're No, that's good.
I need a good haircut. Yeah. In terms of you were asking me about what skincare routines?
Yeah, skincare or anything.
I don't use towels. I air dry.
I want to see that. I need to see that.
I watch a lot of skincare stuff on TikTok and so on. So I was told using towels and so on will actually transfer bacteria back onto the skin, and you don't want that. So I air dry.
I'm actually gonna try that. You gave me a takeaway.
Sit in front of the fan or sit in front of the AC and just air dry.
Just air dry. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Now, I actually want to play a game with you. A very, very interesting game.
Be careful, I'm very competitive.
Yeah? Well, no, the game is all about you. So I actually want to know what you think of, some flavors. I want to know, you say you're very tapped in to your mental health, your wellness, and you have your senses are kicking. So I want to see if you can sense or smell or taste the flavors. So stay tuned. Okay, so we are going to be playing a game of guessing the Jamaica Mountain Peak coffee flavors, right? So there are 3 flavors, right? Do you remember them?
No? I do. I think so.
Okay, tell me.
So I know you have a caramel flavored one, coconut, and I think cinnamon.
Yeah, coconut cappuccino is the flavor, yeah.
Coconut
But yeah, you were almost there. So now I want you to take each one and I will tell you if you
Do I need to pick a specific one like this?
No, any order you want. So you get to smell, you get to taste, and then you let me know. I could say where we can go on with.
Okay, It's a tea, man.
He's like, as a real Jamaican before.
This is the coconut one.
Okay. I'll tell you if you're correct at the end.
At the end? So that's the first one. Try this. This is definitely cinnamon.
Okay.
Well, so we can change my answer at the end.
You can change your answer.
Okay.
That's why I'm giving you the opportunity. Let's see. So he said this is coconut cappuccino, this is cinnamon.
This is I think this is a caramel.
Okay.
I don't taste the caramel though.
You don't taste it a lot?
No, but I'm confident with these two. So this is
okay.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Please, I was wrong?
No. You are correct.
Oh.
Yeah. So you do know you know your coffee.
I know
your coffee.
I know my coffee.
Okay. Now, do you think there is a stigma around skincare when it comes to men?
I do. Yes. Yes. I think skincare for a lot of men is, despite how problematic, is usually attached to femininity, and so because of that, you know, taking that extra care in like your skin and you know, air drying is seen a little bit more, a little less masculine than it is feminine. So yes, there is a stigma, and I think a lot of men and their egos and their fragile masculinity, you know, they tend to deter or stay away from, you know, practicing those skincare routines and having these rigid routines for how they physically appear. Yes, so yes, there's a stigma. So
how do you think or how do you think men can combat that stigma?
I don't know, what's your face? A joke. Well, one, it would require them to address their fragile masculinity for sure, because that is a mindset. It's something. It's how they've been socialized. So, I don't want to give an essay answer, but yes, I think in fixing that issue, we would be required to assess how they're being socialized and re-socialize men and their masculinity and their perception of masculinity and what is perceived to be masculine versus feminine, and these gender roles and all these practices attached to each gender.
Yeah. I agree, because I personally, like, if I go in your house and I do see certain things like skincare wise,
that's a red flag.
I'm really like judging you, like, man, say
that's a red flag.
That is a red flag. Like,
so,
I don't. If you don't wash your face, like, if you don't have one face wash, so just have with carbolic soap.
Suppose him have a peers. One peers.
It is not 2012. We had with pear soap.
So hold on. So what if?
No like a Neutrogena, no nothing.
No look serious.
No nothing.
So what if? Hold on. So let's say you go on a date with a guy, and you know it's the first time being introduced to his apartment or his place.
Yeah.
And you know, what you do? The first thing you do, I check the bathroom to see if you have a
No, it's not that, but I just feel like you need to be, I think it's a part of cleanliness. So like,
that's true.
Certain things like your little nail clippers, your little shear, all of those things, so I think is important.
Are you comfortable with your partner getting like a mani-pedi? Because
No, I think that's a requirement. I like that. Like mani-pedi is a requirement.
Okay, because I know for some people that's an issue. Like, you know, it's not seen like, why you getting nails done, and if you're getting your nails done, why are you putting on like a polish? The clear ones and stuff.
No, I don't have a problem with that personally. But in terms of you know being in, you know, the law field, I kind of want to dive more into that, like you being a lawyer.
Oh my God, okay.
That's interesting to me. So how difficult was it to go like into the law field? Like what was it like doing law and now practicing, or the difference?
So all right, that's a loaded question. So I'm gonna start with getting into hard, bad, expensive, broke you. It broke you. So if you want to do law, just know it's expensive, and you have to have proper financial management because it is expensive. When I was leaving faculty, because you have to do 3 years at faculty. Well, in Jamaica, you have to do 3 years at faculty, and then 2 years
What is
at normal.
faculty?
Oh, my apologies. Faculty of Law.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
At UE or UTech, wherever they decide. And when I was leaving Faculty of Law at UE, it was 1.35 million a year.
Yeah, so it's expensive.
It is expensive,
Yeah.
and then when you come to Norman Manley, it's a little cheaper, but it's 1.1 million.
So it's just a little 200,000.
Just a little something, just yeah.
Wow.
So it is expensive, and you don't get a lot of financial assistance out there from like companies, NGOs, and so on. It's very difficult to get financial assistance. There are scholarships, but it's it's for like the smartest kids. It's not for the middle Joe type of kid. Yeah, so it is expensive. So getting into it was very difficult. I mean, when I left Arden, you get the necessary grades and you move on. But keeping up year after year, if you ask me, what do you know? I can't tell you. I literally cannot tell you. Every year was its own mystery. Yeah. So it's like, oh, John will reach a third year.
Yeah. Look at me.
Right. In terms of the transition from law school to practice, it is very difficult. There are a lot of things that they don't teach you, and I won't blame them. I don't think it's their fault or anything. I just think it's a case where law is just always it's always evolving, it's always changing, you're always getting new laws. Laws that were applicable in 2015 are being outdated now.
Yeah.
So it's a case where you can't realistically expect the school to teach you everything. But they teach you the basics, and you get the basics, and then them just you just have to either you swim or you drown.
Okay, and you're swimming now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I like it. I mean, okay. The confidence.
It's not necessarily confident. Well, it is.
It
is.
But
good. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of weekends. I work Saturdays, Sundays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't have. You see, like how if I want to have concept where you work from 9 to 5. I work all the time. Literally, clients are messaging me after 11 at night. They're calling me what hours at night. Like it takes a lot of work. And then I'm not even getting into like preparing for court. Yeah. Because I do litigation. Because you don't have to do litigation. You have lawyers that do practice other areas of law, not necessarily practice litigation. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were thinking of like, or if coming into practice, and like I'm a big TV series girl. Like I watch a lot of TV.
Oh my God! Please don't ask me.
No, I have to ask you. Like,
you gonna ask me about Suits?
No, I'm not gonna ask you about Suits. I'm actually, I wonder, like, what is one fictional character that you would defend? Like you would want to defend, you'd want to be their lawyer. How would you have handled the case, or what's a fictional character that comes to mind?
To be honest, I don't really watch TV like that.
Oh wow! Well, you don't have time.
Right, I don't really watch TV like that.
Yeah. But then you said Suits, so tell me what is it about Suits?
I really liked Harvey Specter.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
I think he was a lead. He was a very composed. He was a little arrogant. And
aren't all lawyers?
I don't think so. I strive not to be. Okay. I don't like it. I will admit that yes, some of my fellow colleagues,
but not him,
are a little bit obnoxious and arrogant, and that's because they're usually like well-read people. They're usually pretty brilliant. But I don't know. I feel like those stigmas attached to being a lawyer in 2023 is a little.
Okay.
It's a little too much.
I'm glad you said that. So tell me some common misconceptions when it comes to being a lawyer that you realize, like even in Jamaica.
Being an attorney, people expect you just to not have a social life, to not go anywhere. If they see you at a party, it's like,
what's he doing here?
Like,
work on the case.
Me come at FOF. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I don't know, but that's a big misconception. Another thing is they assume that as soon as you leave law school, you have money. No, the whole way broke till we start our own firm. Disclaimer. Those are two main. Especially a lot of people think that lawyers make a lot of money, and we don't. We literally don't. But I'm not going to get into that.
And but my common I don't know if it's a misconception, it's true, but I just assume all lawyers lie. I just assume so I lie and I tell lie. I just always pray like.
First of all, I'm a Christian. I'm joking. Do lawyers lie? I am not aware of such. I'm not privy to such information. Do I lie? No, I can't lie before the court.
Okay.
I'm an officer of the court.
Okay. Okay. That attorney-client privilege is really up there.
Right. We don't lie. What we do, I don't think we lie, you know. Well, I can speak for myself. I don't lie. What I do is, I always try to present my client's best case and to find laws and rules and principles that would best suit my client's case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any, stories about any outdated or obscure laws that you're like,
I mean, well, there are a lot of like legislations that are pretty outdated in terms of, they were perhaps relevant back then, like 2000s, early past that, but now in 2023, it's a little bit, outdated. I think, if my memory serves me correct, I think Section 5 of the Towns and Communities Act, it says that if a person exposes goods for sale on the highway, it's an offense.
Really?
Yeah.
On the highway?
On the highway.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's pretty vague. That's pretty vague. So I feel like in 2023, that's a little bit outdated.
Yeah, because But then, what is considered a highway? Like any
official road that's labeled or considered a highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So if you didn't do law, what do you see yourself, or what would you be doing?
To be honest, I don't have an answer to that question. I think, and I always said it to myself, what else could have I done in the time, when I was applying for school and stuff like that. I don't know.
You just didn't have a plan B?
I just feel as though, because it was just the only option. If I feel as though because I mean, okay, to be fair, if there are other disciplines I could have gone into and I would have excelled, of course, because, you work hard, you put in the work and you excel. But I feel as though if I did anything else, for example, like marketing or performing arts or media, there would always be this question in the back of my head, what if I had done law?
Okay.
Doing law, I don't have that question for anything else. So I feel
interesting. So that means your plan A was like your plan.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's rare that, people who, that means you've really found your passion in life.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will, or not just even my passion for my life, but also God's plan for my life. Because the way how he opened doors to allow me to be here today, I'm just going by his steps.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So can you share any memorable courtroom experiences, if you can, that you've had that would make us say, or is it like the movies, like what we see? Because I feel like I could defend a client.
Oh, really?
Like, I really do. Like
objection.
Yeah, like I'm like objection and like what contempt of court and all of these nice words.
It's somewhat. I feel as though like a lot of the movies and so on that you guys watch on TV shows, it's really centered around like American and like first world countries and how they practice law. In essence and in principle, it is somewhat like that, but in Jamaica and Commonwealth, Caribbean, it's a little bit different in terms of the kinds of laws that we have here. But yeah, for the most part, it is. In terms of memorable experiences, I will share that just this week I actually did in-person matter at the Supreme Court, in which my boss actually walked into the court while just as I was wrapping up with the judge. Yeah. And I was hella nervous. I was like, what the money are doing here? Anyways, the judge literally said to my boss, what are you doing in here? He's like, oh, nothing, my lady. I'm just, observing. And then the judge literally commended me and said, look, you don't need to observe Mr. Bowes because he's a very eloquent and smart attorney and he has a very promising future.
Oh, nice. So that was like a little...
I felt good. I felt good about that. And then even after that, my client opted for us to take a photo.
Oh,
so
nice.
it was really warm.
It was, okay, nice. So you've had good courtroom experience. I'm thinking you're going to tell me somebody stripped naked and run around the courtroom. Well, maybe that's just my hope. Like
okay, and it's also my hope for that not to happen. So yeah.
So now, with that being said, and all that you have to do, my final question to you is, how do you manage being a lawyer and your mental health? Like, what is some ways that you can just keep that grounded? Because you say you work so much, that you work 7 days a week, all of that. Like, what are some practices that you can leave with us that you put into play to make sure your mental health, your physical health, all of that is like in a good space?
Okay, so firstly, I must admit, I don't think I have the perfect answer or the perfected answer yet in terms of, because I'm still trying to like navigate and trying to figure out, you know, what works, what doesn't work, and it's usually an ongoing process. But what I try to do every day is I ensure I go to the gym every day. I hold myself to that.
Okay, I looked at his bicep when you said that, right? Like,
right, I try to go to the well. We just start.
Man, you're going to look at something.
Okay. Yeah, I try to go to the gym every day. So if
so you squeeze in gym
yeah,
into it. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Are you a morning gym or evening gym?
I can't be a morning gym. I can't wake up so early, but I go in the afternoons. Sometimes it depends on like my court schedule. So like if I have like court physically, because you know since COVID some matters are like online and so on.
Okay.
If I have court physically, what I'll do is I will go to court, and then usually I'd wrap up court by like 2 p.m. You know, I have to head back to office to prepare for the next day and to do any additional matters or anything that my boss gives me to do. And so sometimes in that little 1 hour lunchtime, I will literally go to the gym, run, do a quick 1 hour workout, and then head back to the office, and then just stay late till like 8 o'clock or so.
Okay.
So I in terms of like managing or navigating,
so that's physical,
right?
Yeah.
My physical health. In terms of mental health. What do I do? I talk to myself a lot. I vent to my best friend a lot.
Friends are good support.
Friends are good support. I also try to keep my social life active. Like it is a struggle, but sometimes I'll be leaving the office on a Saturday at like the 7 o'clock, and I just go buy jangas or just go somewhere, just go chill out, go party. I'm tired as hell, but keep it active, keep it going, and it's been helping me so far, not gonna lie, because it can't just be all work and no play.
Okay, nice. Well, it was nice having you. I told you, you're my first male guest, so I'm super excited to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was fun. And that wraps another episode of TMI, and we will see you next week.